Hello guys and welcome back to this new tutorial in which we are going to keep troubleshooting whether it's VTP and we're also going to do some DTP in this troubleshooting. So this is the background and scenario for this packet tracer packet tracer activity that I found online. So in this activity you will troubleshoot a switch environment where trunks are negotiated and formed via DTP. That means that it is using either dynamic toggle or dynamic auto. And VLAN information is through the VTP domain, you have limited access to the access switches AS1, AS2, and AS3, but are able to configuration changes on DS1. So we have to make the configuration changes on DS1. So we're going to have to troubleshoot and correct the problems to make sure that AS1, 2, 3 have VLANs 100, 200, 300, and 400 in the VLAN databases. Okay? So these are domain settings that we have to configure or troubleshoot, make sure that they are correct. So the DS1 is the only server that we have here. See, and then they give us some troubleshooting steps that we need to follow, but we don't really need to follow that since we know how to troubleshoot, right? Is that right, guys? So let's go ahead and minimize this window. Let's take a look at DS1, which is this needs to be the domain server. Let's take a look at, and we already can see that we have errors, domain mismatch. That means that they don't have the same domain. So let's go ahead and show VTP status. The domain name for this is VT Lab. I don't think that's supposed to be that domain. Yeah, domain name should be this. Let's copy that. So the domain, and it's also a client, so we can just go ahead and switch that. Config t VTP domain. Let's paste what we copy. There we go. So we also need to put this VTP mode server and also VTP password. Let's set up that password. Uh, what was the password? This one. Let's copy it, paste it, and there it is. So now that's good. So for right now, I think that the DS1 should be fine. All right, let's see it show VLAN 100, 200, 200, 400. Okay, let's take a look at AS1. See what I can find here. Enable. There's a password here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe no. I don't think we have access to that one. Let's see this one. I don't think we have access to any of them. Yeah, that it has a password. So what we got to do is now configure. Let me see. I don't even think the password is Cisco, is it? Nope. So I don't think we have access to that. Let's see what the activity says. Okay, let's see if we click on check results and see what we're missing. This activity is incomplete. Let's see what we're missing. So we gotta make those dynamic mode. Okay, so let's go back and close it. So we gotta make these 3 ports. Let's see what port is this. This is probably 01, 02, I believe. Yeah, 02, and this one should be 03. Okay, so let's make those dynamic. If they're not dynamic, let's take a look at show interfaces, not interfaces, just interface. There's actually one switchboard. Switchboard. This is configured as static auto or static access. This is how it's working right now. This should be the mode that should be operating. It should be on. It should be trunking. So they're not trunking right now because it's set as dynamic auto. We want to set this as dynamic desirable. Let's also take a look at number 2, access to, because it's the A is the mode is in dynamic auto. It should be dynamic desirable as well. Let's check the last one, static access as well, dynamic auto. They should be dynamic desirable, so they can both make a trunk link. So let's go ahead and go to config T, interface, fast Ethernet/1, switch port mode, dynamic desirable, right? There you go. And now it is. It went to up, down, and then it went up again. So let's go and do this the same thing to fast Ethernet/2 desirable. There it is. And now let's do it to the number 3, dynamic desirable. There we go. So now let's do an end, copy, run, start. So you can save it to the NVRAM. There it is. And now this activity should be completed because they should be now synchronizing databases. So we can now go to the activity, check results. There we go. Congratulations on completing this activity. So we finished that activity. We set up the domain name, VTP mode, the password, dynamic mode. We set it up as dynamic desirable, right? Dynamic desirable and dynamic desirable. And we got it correct. And we got 30 out of 30. So that's good. And I'm going to leave this packet tracer file so you guys can download it and also do some troubleshooting on your own. Okay, so this is all for this video. Thank you guys for watching. And on the next one, I'm also going to have another troubleshooting, which is going to be a little bit more advanced, if you can say. So see you on the next one. Bye bye.